Surrender means to completely let go and to give up trying to control shit that you have zero control over. So which category are you in right now? What do you need to surrender to? If I could simplify it to that level, there is a higher, more intelligent, more wise part of you that knows. It knows where to go. It knows that it's all going to work out. Sometimes you just have to surrender. Surrender is literally the way that you get your power back. I have had to learn about surrender in a massive way. My health has been a constant nag on my system. Without just making this a sob story about my health, I want to share with you how I actually make it through and still continue to show up to work, my relationship, my creativity, my family. Like, I show up to life despite feelings that hold me back, through my mental health and through my physical health. These weights, these anchors. Some of the best spiritual teachers I've ever come across really put a lot of emphasis on surrender. Surrender means to completely let go and to give up trying to control shit that you have zero control over. Surrender means releasing resistance, because surrendering assumes that you were fighting something and you're going to give up trying to fight that thing. It's not about fighting against reality anymore. That doesn't work. The more you try and fight against what is, the more you end up exhausted. You just go against yourself. So surrender truly is surrendering and letting go to what is. How have I used that in my own life? Well, my energy fluctuates greatly. I have to be really smart about how I use my energy. I can't just be giving it away. It's actually been a blessing in disguise, because through my fatigue, I've actually learned a lot of boundaries. I learned how to say no. I reserve my energy for things that actually matter to me. So what do I do when I'm feeling just completely shit and I start spiraling on why life sucks and why it's all too hard and all the human stuff that I'm sure you go through, and I'm no different. When all else fails, what to do? I can feel literally in my body right now that part of me is just letting go as we speak. There's always a slight bit of resistance, even just in my body. There's always some relaxation that can be created. I can literally let myself hang loose. I can take it easy. I can just take a break. I can just rest. I can rest my body. But see, when I'm in this looping mind, this looping self-doubt and depression and anxiety of how am I going to figure this out? What am I going to do next? What's my next video going to be like? Oh, I've got work, oh, there's dishes and whatever. That kind of energy doesn't work. It works to a limited extent, but it leads to great energy loss. What works better is when you surrender. And surrendering is literally giving up control to your higher faculties. I would term it my higher self. You might term it as God. Someone more scientifically minded might term it as your higher level cognition, the higher level thinking part of your brain, like the prefrontal cortex, your third eye, I don't know. But there is a higher, more intelligent, more wise part of you that knows. It knows where to go. It knows that it's all going to work out. It knows that it's all fine. Nothing has gone wrong. You haven't fallen off your path. Nothing's happened. What's happening is you're getting in your own way. Think about how efficient life would happen around us in our whole society if we all just didn't get in our own way and we allowed this higher level thinking and cognition to just take over. Some of my best videos, some of my best writing, some of my best sessions with clients happen when I'm in the most relaxed and surrendered state. It's funny about that. the more I get out of my own way, the more I relax my nervous system consciously, the better I do. You know, some of the best leading edge athletes will probably say the way they get into a flow state is they're just super relaxed. They just get out of their own way. Same with artists, teachers, anyone, anything. It's a form of channeling, right? We channel this higher energy, this higher intelligence through us, but we have to kind of like open up to it. You know what I mean? Like if we're too tight and narrow, the energy can't come through. But when we open up and relax, we open up the channel, right? The channel being us. You know, we relax and we allow higher level wisdom to come through. Whatever needs to come through. It's like this video. I had no fucking idea what I was going to talk about. But I knew that I needed to sit in front of this camera and meditate for a bit. And this is what came through. Me winging this and talking about surrender and hoping that someone gets it. But I'm at the point where I don't give a fuck because this is not really seen by many people anyway. And the people that do see it, I think that they're understanding where I'm at. And for that, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for you. Essentially, surrender isn't always doing nothing. Surrender isn't always, you know, just allowing life to be as it is. It is allowing life to be as it is. But it's also surrendering to your higher desires. My higher desire for today was to film a video. So by me surrendering, I was surrendering to this will that I had. The small me would have much preferred to just lay on the couch because I've been feeling tired and I don't really want to do anything. But the higher me knew that by surrendering to getting on camera and doing what I want to do, the higher level thinking of what I want to do with my life, when I surrender to that, the energy comes. And when I complete my task, I feel good. Giving yourself the space to be as you are. Giving life the space to be as it is. Not like clenching up, right? We clench our fist like this. This is surrendering, just letting it go, right? Letting your brain unclench, letting your nervous system unclench, letting your mind unclench, letting your heart unclench. You know what I mean? Like, I know full well what it's like to be like, to walk around like this, just a little bit, you know? Not like I'm walking around like this, right? But you know what I mean? I'm just on guard a little bit. Not fully trusting in life. Not fully trusting in people. Right? The best days are ones where I look around and people look like friends. Random strangers will be walking. And I'll get smiles, right? Because I will see them more as a friend. Not as an enemy. Not as someone that's like getting in my way in the grocery store or something like that, you know? Life looks friendly. It was Einstein that said one of the most important decisions we will make is whether we live in a friendly universe or a hostile one. And I think that we make that decision every day. We make that decision every day. Every moment. Whether we live in a friendly or a hostile universe. Does the universe have our back? Or do we have to fight against it? And do we have to fend for ourselves and survive? Because when we're in survival mode and when we're, you know, really trying to make life happen because we're afraid that if we don't make something happen, that we're going to fall behind, we're going to be left unsupported, things are going to go downhill for us. When we're afraid of those things, we don't allow life to move through us. And when we allow life to move through us, that's when the good ideas come. That's when things flow. That's when we feel that we're connected to the person that we're speaking to. That's when we feel connected to everything around us. And it's okay to rest because we're not going to get left behind. Some of us just need to rest. Some of us need to surrender to our higher desires. So which category are you in right now? What do you need to surrender to? If I could simplify it to that level, right? Do you need to surrender to rest right now? Right? Like if you're feeling really run down, sick, and you're not quite giving yourself permission to just surrender and rest. Or are you in the camp too? Do you need to surrender to your higher desires? What's coming through right now that you're needing to heed the call on? Is it job related? Is it relationship related? Is it something to do with your creativity that you're ignoring? When we refuse to face who we really are and show up in the world, show up to what we're really here to do. Have you been putting it off? That's the other form of surrender, and sometimes it's best to start with column A, right? To rest first. Because when you think about your mission or your creativity or whatever it is that lit up in you, when I said that just before, whatever your thing is to do with your job, maybe you're not enjoying your job and I need to start applying for another job, or I need to build my business already, or I need to go on some dates or something. Whatever lit up for you, that life is calling you to do, that your heart is calling you to do, but you're ignoring it. Sometimes it's easier to rest first and get your nervous system in a relaxed and surrendered state so that then you can also surrender to action, right? It's kind of a paradox, like surrender to action, surrender to higher action. Not action in a fearful way, in a scattered, anxious way. Action in a relaxed, open, receptive state, allowing who you truly are to come through, to go in the direction that your soul actually wants you to go in, and not get in your own way with the ego mind. This fearful ego mind that has everything to say about why it's the wrong idea, why you can't, why it won't happen for you, why it's all too hard, why you're not in the right circumstance right now when maybe you will be next week or next month or next year. All the excuses that the ego mind has. Can you separate yourself from that ego mind, right? Here's the ego mind. Can you just separate from it and look at your thoughts from an outside perspective, not be controlled by the ego mind, not be its victim, right? Because this isn't about victimhood. We are creators. We are creators of our own lives. And we just can't get away with being victims anymore. It just doesn't work. Because in the end, it's our life. And no one's gonna look out for us if we don't look out for ourselves. Our higher level thinking and energy and inspiration can't come through unless we surrender, unless we are in an open, receptive state. And then when you get the idea, when you get the call to go and do the thing, and you'll know when it comes. It's pretty obvious. And it isn't a state of fear. It isn't like I've got to go do this thing, otherwise, I'll never get another shot, or now's the time, I need to do it right now. No, it's like this really relaxed, it just kind of flows out of you. You just go and do the thing. And that might even mean going for a walk. And then on that walk, you get the idea of what you need to do next. Well, this has been a really long, rambly one, but that's okay. If you're still watching, I appreciate you a lot. You have the patience of a saint. If you're not subscribed already, please do so. I also have a free ebook called Reclaim Your Power that you might be interested in. It's only going to be free for a little bit. I think I'm going to up the price. Well, give it a price. So for now, grab it while it's free. And and give me some feedback on it. It's a really short, easy read, and it's literally about just that, reclaiming your power. It's about mindset and mental health and getting into a state of surrender and self-love. So if that interests you, click the link below. I'll see you in the next one, my friend.